Alrighty folks, let's see if I can bring honor back to my channel after submitting a disaster cast to the YouTubes to forever be mocked for the eternity. Hello everyone, let's get on into the game. My name is Mr.79, here on this glorious afternoon of February 2nd, 2017. And we have a great TvZ. Oh, wait, no, don't quit. Wait, stay. Okay, please. Stay. No GG. Alright, it seems as though I have dissuaded them from quitting the game prematurely, and it looks like we have a game on our hands. Spawning, yeah, thanks, I'll need it, Nuffy. Spawning in the bottom left position of Daybreak, representing our Red Zerg player, it is Nuffy. And his opponent spawning in the top right hand position of Daybreak, representing our Blue Terran player, it is AegiS, representing Dust Gaming. And yeah, let's get on into the game. I know. I sometimes cast disastrous games. Or rather, I cast games disastrously. Yeah, I gotta use my proverbs there, or adverbs rather. And you know what, I feel it is important to have some humiliating and horrible casts out there, so I can laugh at myself later on when I'm feeling high. Or, no. Not as in the marijuana highs. I mean as in, how do I mean it? I mean, like, when I'm feeling good about myself, I need something to drag me back down to reality, and casts like those are what's going to help me do so. So let's look at the build order so far. AegiS is going for the Rags gas build, fairly standard. Probably going to see a Reaper expand, no biggie deal, blah 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 blah. AegiS, in the meanwhile, is going for the hatchery into the spawning pool right away, or actually, judging by the timing of that, he may have just gotten the spawning pool first. Oh, god damn it, that's what I get for ranting. Anyways, that's no problem. 2 lings now on the way, as well as the queen, so it's not going to take any damage from this Reaper whatsoever. Second command center has started, and this game is just pretty normal schmormal so far. We have definitely seen a lot of Nuffy on the channel, but he's not a dishonorable win whore, I promise you that much. He has sent me wins and losses, and I've selected the few that I deemed were the best wins and the best losses to cast for you great gentlemen and ladies of the internet. Knowing my demographic, probably gentlemen, but that is not of any importance to me whatsoever, as long as I get to do these casts. So Nuffy, definitely a cool player. I'd love to see him on the channel, and let's see what he can do. These 2 lings, ooh, actually, it might just be sneaking around to get a cancel. Generally do this with 6 lings, in which case you can definitely pick off the SOB and maybe even force a cancel if the Reaper's across the map. Which it is right now. Gonna go ahead and try to pick off a drone or so, but probably not. These 2 lings, meanwhile, on the other side of the map, just gonna go ahead and pick off the SCV. Yep, 1 kill in the Zerg, they did get the SOB. A couple of boys being forced to be pulled off the line here to defend their natural expansion and their lives. Factory now on the way, as well as another barracks and a tech lab on that bad boy. So it looks like we're gonna see standard schmandered 2-on-1 build versus the Zerg Nemesis. And meanwhile, is it gonna get another SCV? That would be some value links right there. And no, Reaper does come back for the defense. Is it in time? Just 1 more hit? No, it does go down. Good save there from our friend AegiS. Gonna go ahead and send his SCVs way back to work. But those were, what, 4 or 5 SCVs off the line for a solid 30 seconds. So I would say that is a beyond good trade for Nuffy. Exactly what we probably wanted to do with this build. Stim is starting and the factory is finishing up, so let's go ahead and see what Nuffy is doing. I resolved to myself that I would not make a can't get enoughy joke this cast. So you know what? I'm going to try to stick to that, and be an honorable caster who does not resort to horrible puns in order for comedic value. Which I'm sure I have failed at least 8 times already on this channel. But that is a-okay. I know you guys can't get enoughy of them. Ha! Already broke my own vows. I can't wait to get married. Lots of queens here for our friend Nuffy. And he actually opting to take the gas geysers on this natural base, which is very, very interesting to say the least. He's going for this very heavy queen style, which we can see successful at times. If you look in the units tab, it is 5 queens and pure drones. Besides that, 37 to 28 total workers. So Nuffy preparing himself to be in a great position this game. The problem with mass queen is that you have to have the on-point defense, because queens are obviously pretty slow units. The advantage of relying on a heavy queen defense earlier on in the game in TvZ, one of the main things is that you get a lot of creep spread, right? You get so much creep spread, and you're gonna definitely hit all your macro points. You're gonna hit a lot of injects, and have a lot more drones to deal with. But then again, the Terran, if they're good enough and you are not necessarily feeling it, they can just dance and spin circles around you. So to kind of see how good Nuffy's defense is, I hope it is good enough, and I trust it is good enough, because he is going for the strategy, which means he can at least even out with the Terran, worst case scenario, if he does the strategy. Or something may just go horribly wrong and he just dies, which is the story of StarCraft sometimes. AegiS' starport has finished on up, double medevac production has finished, and it looks like he actually wants to take a Widowmine along for the ride. Which, you know, they can't really enjoy it, the ride, but you know what, they can aid. They can be there for the Marines' entertainment. So gonna go ahead and boost across the map. It's interesting, he sacrificed 2 stim Marine spots for a Widowmine. I don't know too much about that. I mean, Nuffy is going for a heavy queen style with roaches, so that Widowmine is probably going to do a grand total of Zilcherino Legend of Zerissimo. Which is a fancy way of saying probably not a lot. Roaches and queens gonna go ahead and come respond to this. AegiS picking up a couple of creep tumors, but there are a lot of queens here. And you know what? Decent amount of roaches through the buff. And it looks like AegiS getting very much buffed with that attack. Widowmine shot. Okay, just has to run for his life. Besides, it is not worth it. And these queens actually may go out for blood, but they have to be careful not to overextend. If he loses these queens, basically it is game over. Let's hope that does not happen. +1 Carapace and missile attacks on the way. So it looks like it's going to be a Roach Ravager play for our friend Nuffy versus AegiS. Which is definitely something I can get behind. As long as you use it to transition to Hive, you should be A-okay. A lot of players seem to get stuck in this Roach Ravager type composition, and it just does not scale well for them. So Roach Ravager definitely has a huge timer on it. The longer the game goes on, the more horrifically ghastly roaches become. And it looks like we're gonna have to keep an eye out that for Nuffy if he ends up getting stuck on that Roach Ravager attack. Still has a 3rd base, not seeking to get a 4th here anytime soon, which is okay. AegiS' 3rd, meanwhile, is finished up. 61 to 46 total workers, so Nuffy has been droning like a madman, which is what this queen play allowed him to do. Instead of getting Zerglings, which cost drones, he got queens, which cost a grand total of no drones. So definitely AegiS has to do at least something with his Marine strike force, but looks like, yeah, nothing. 1 Marine gets left behind, gonna go ahead and tickle a drone before he dies. Definitely something that's on my bucket list, and there's a lot of larvae here available for Nuffy. Gonna go ahead and get 9 more roaches and 3 more overlords. He is at 67 workers at the 7-minute mark, and folks, Nuffy's in a commanding position this game. The Terran just can't do any significant pressure so far. This upcoming push has a couple of Marauders and some Stim Marines. He does have 1-1 kind of finishing up. He has Stim, but +1 is still a little while away, so actually no 1-1 and combat shields. It's almost finished. It looks like it's going to be a +1 combat shield kind of push, which I guess can do some damage. Gonna go ahead and boost on over to the main, but the roaches are coming to respond, and 3 full medevacs full of units, if fully unloaded and stimmed and microed off creep, yeah, they could probably take on this many roaches, but it's all about positioning, folks. You just don't throw armies at each other, you throw armies at each other in a positioning war. Gonna go ahead and scan and take out some of these creep termers, definitely pushing back that creep threat from Nuffy, as was done by that early queen play. Gonna go ahead and clean up this drop, trying to cancel this 4th base. AegiS knows he has to try to run circles around the Roach Ravager pair. That is what you have to do versus this kind of play. And losing a medevac there is AegiS, but it's now stimming on forward, not microing this too properly, and it looks like he's just gonna have to boost up and get on out of there here. There you go, getting out of dodge is our friend AegiS. 68.5 to 58 total workers, so AegiS kinda catching up, but not really. Infestation Pit is on the way, probably for some Infestors to complement the Roach Ravager, but who can blame him? Infestors are really good. Infestation Pit could also be used to get toward Hive, which is definitely also a good arena thing. Still trying to clear up some creep tumors, is our friend AegiS, so he's not giving up. Very persistent. Here's our young grasshopper, but you know, 3 persistent Marines don't do anything against 8 roaches, no matter how oh my god, I had a great joke, but I lost it! No, that's horrible, but meanwhile, huge counterattack to this 3rd base. Definitely gonna go ahead and take out this SCPs. I guess what I wanted to say was funny, didn't even matter. And actually, the Roach Ravager is moving. Well, not even Ravager, just a pure Roaches. They're gonna go ahead and take down 2 siege tanks, a decent amount of bio, a lot of SCVs, 80 to 54 total workers. And yes, Nuffy is eventually gonna get cleaned up here, which, I mean, he sacrificed a lot of his Roaches, but he didn't get nothing out of it. AegiS now has 2 tanks, an okay Marauder base, and he still has that 3rd. If you were to get triggered for an attack over anything, this would probably be it. There we go, AegiS gonna go ahead and pick up and boost across the map. Alright, if he cancels this 4th base, that can be huge for our friend AegiS. However, a Hive, oh, another what? Okay, no, yeah, Hive is on the way. In fact, almost finished for our friend Nuffy, so if he can hold this 4th base and have Hive Tech, he can probably do wonders. AegiS actually opting to push into the main base instead, which I kind of really don't like. Yeah, you could have almost certainly done damage with this push, with those siege tanks and marauders, but instead risking on maybe doing some damage in the main. I didn't like that at all from my friend AegiS. But I guess that's okay. Can't have perfect decision making throughout the whole game, and definitely TvZ is a matchup where high decision making is pretty key in victory. I'm gonna go ahead and boost that around with a Mandaback, and actually, is that Tunneling Claws or just cool roach skin? Looks like Tunneling Claws. Oh, baby, it is Tunneling Claws. Yeah, music changes to compensate for the fact that these roaches are now sharking around. Gonna go ahead and dig through this solid concrete and metal, which is beyond my comprehension. Gonna do probably horrible things to this mineral line, and ooh, no missile turret at all. AegiS, I don't think he's gonna notice this anytime soon. That is extremely horrible. This mineral line is almost surely forfeit. Meanwhile, Nuffy is going to rotate to the top part of the map to try to keep AegiS' attention away. The good old 1-2 punch is Nuffy. Gonna go ahead and start decimating that SCV line. Look at that, 415 workers killed, kind of good from the previous attack, but there is a lot of tanks here. 1, 2, 3 tanks, and poof, taking some corrosive bow shots, is there, AegiS? 4 tanks do not mess around versus Roach Ravager. And it looks like Nuffy knows that, is retreating for now. Gonna go ahead and get down a Spire as soon as this Hive has finished, and actually that is almost done. So it looks like Greatest Spire is on the menu for Nuffy. I would love to see a couple of Infestors to help him get there, just so he doesn't die to any sort of pushes. But that seems to be okay. I mean, it's currently 125 to 92 total army supply, but this is supply in Roaches, and this is supply in Marine Marauder Medevac Tank. So Nuffy knows he probably can't win a straight up engagement, but he knows he doesn't have to. He can just keep on pulling AegiS apart. This bird rush play is absolutely amazing. Oh ho ho. Have you ever seen Roaches die so quickly? Actually, they're not dying that quickly at all. And look, they're even out of range, so didn't even have the units there to respond. AegiS actually just getting torn to shreds by this Roach Ravager, or just Roach attack by AegiS, keeping him busy. Meanwhile, Nuffy gonna move on, cancel the hell out of this 4th command center. Looks like it is gonna go down. Yeah, yep, does cancel it. And man, AegiS has done a good, or Nuffy has done a good job buying time for him. But hold that thought, siege tanks are gonna siege. I'm gonna go ahead and do a decent amount of damage to those roaches. Nuffy just playing his skills as a player, though, knowing not to take that engagement. Greater Spire, around halfway finished, so. Oh, voice crack. 4 Corruptors on the way to complement the 0 that are already on the field. Probably gonna morph those immediately into Broodlords. I couldn't see why not. And still, these Bird Roaches causing a huge amount of molestation for our friend AegiS. And look, this Bird Roach is actually under the supply depot, so I'm probably gonna go ahead and eat some of the Terran supplies. Why is over there? I don't know. Maybe. What if he gets into the stim packs? Oh, let's shove that thought way, way, way deep in our memory and hope to repress it until a drink of beer at a club when I turn 21 years old finally brings it back. Gonna go ahead and push across the map now. Is AegiS? He has to. I mean, as soon as Brutals comes out, these tanks are worse than garbage poo-poo. Gonna go ahead and stim forward a couple of Marauders and Marines. Taking out 1 creep tumor, so you know, mission accomplished. Gonna beat a couple of Marauders nonetheless. AegiS setting up a strong siege position, and he has to go now. These 4 Brutals are halfway done. The Greatest Spire has finished up. These siege tanks are going to leapfrog their way onto this main base. He has to hurry up though. AegiS cannot waste any more time. He can definitely still win this game. Nuffy has been taking up very, very heavily. There we go, getting into a strong siege position and finally going to shell away at the Roach Ravager, but it looks like the Brutals have finished up. And that is not looking good. AegiS just gonna right click on the hatchery, but it's not the right move. Broodlord's absolutely pushing him off that base. A lot of transfuses going down. This hatchery is going to survive, and looks like AegiS, man, forced to run away with his tanks between his legs. Gonna go ahead and run away. If there's one thing you never want to see a tank trying to kill, it's a Broodlord. It just makes everyone sad, me and you including. And now Nuffy feeling confident, 195 out of 100, 195 to 150 total supply. Nuffy has 4 Broodlords to no anti-air of AegiS, except for a lot of Stin Marines, 2 Vikings almost finished producing, and a Dream. But it's gonna take a miracle at this point. He doesn't have any Corruptors, so I guess these Vikings can do a little bit of work, but Nuffy is not gonna give him the time to get that number out. Gonna go ahead and advantage his position of these Broodlords to get a nice siege position onto this 3rd base, but tanks say, haha, we can make our own siege position, unless we run away for what reason? Burrowed Roach reasons, and yet, confident moving forward is our friend Nuffy. Gonna go ahead and throw in some corrosive biles, gonna go ahead and take out a couple of medevacs there. These Burrows are raining so much justice from above. These siege tanks are not even sieged up. Realizing that it's a horrible idea, he is sieging them up. I try to give you the benefit of that after siege up those tanks. AegiS, what did you do? Roach Ravager getting destroyed on the ground a little bit to some effect, and Vikings actually starting to clear up the Broodlord, so it looks like it barely may just be a hold. But there's a lot from Nuffy. 9 Infestors on the way, passing in advance, and a hell of a lot of upgrades, bending speed of all things. It looks like he's barely gonna get cleaned up, but Terran is just taking so much damage. He is on effectively 2 bases. So, but right now, what he has to do is just go. Don't think about anything else, AegiS. Your house could be on fire, but that does not matter. You need to siege up this space, and you need to siege it up now. Oh, 5 ultras. Oh, I immediately dislike AegiS' position to push across the map now. 5 ultras, though, to 5, 6, 7, 8 siege tanks. So definitely a battle AegiS still probably would lose, but you know, you can at least try. You can try. 56 lings, baneling speed has finished up. 5 ultras, probably gonna see a hell of a lot of baneling smurf any second now. Where are those lings? There are those lings, and actually they're slow lings. Oh, man, that is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. Okay, have you ever seen baneling speed and slow lings? It is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. At least I think these are slow lings. We're gonna go ahead and move on. Is AegiS one last push to victory? For a couple of ultras on the way. Nuffy does lose his armory. I suspect he will out QQ, but it looks like, yeah, moving on forward into his armory. AegiS getting absolutely eaten by the ultralists. Everything is going down. Fungus is going down on all the army. And AegiS GG's out. That is it for him. And Nuffy is victorious, clapping his hands as he cleans up the Terran nemesis. Ooh, good play there from Nuffy. Have I ever said anyone has not done good play? I don't think so. But yeah, I really mean it. You know, defending those drops was so easy. The 2-on-1 timing just did nothing for AegiS. And from that point on, he just kind of spiraled out of control. He got no harassment damage onto the Zerg. And as you see, when a Zerg doesn't take any harassment damage or doesn't get pushed, they end up with 80,000 drones at the 2-second mark. Nuffy definitely able to capitalize on that aspect of Zerg. AegiS definitely tried his hardest, definitely fought a hard battle, but could have done but just needed to pressure the Zerg a little bit more. He definitely had 1 or 2 timings there, which he did miss, which could have brought him back into the game, but it is extremely difficult to know when you have a timing and how quickly you need to go. But shoulda, coulda, woulda, this is Starcraft. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and leave a like in this video. If you did enjoy it, it helped me out more than you may think. Leave a comment down below if you are so inclined, and I'll probably get back to you on that. You can subscribe to the channel for more daily Starcraft 2 content. You can email me your replays at Mr79@outlook.com. And remember, folks, the internet could always use more heroes.